So if I was going to graph this system of equations, the hardest point to find would be where the red line intersects with the green line down here. And I know x is 70 right there. And oh, this should be dotted lines. I apologize. I just realized these all don't have or equal signs. So wait, instead of having to make us all have dotted lines, I'm just going to say or equal, or equal, or equal, or equal. Now they can have solid lines. All right, so this spot would be the hardest one to figure out. It's where the red one and the green one intersect. And it's 70 comma something, because I know x is 70. Well, then I go stick the 70 into this equation. If x is 70, then the key number would be when y was 30 to make a total of equaling 100 on that line. So it must be 70 comma 30. Did anybody figure out that that was 70 comma 30 before I said it? All right, that's the hardest kind. You had x is 70 because it said so. It was right on the line. You just stick the 70 in the other equation then. And this equation, the red equation right here, that came from this equation right here. And so we stick the 70 in there. We can figure out that the y must be 30. All right. Now, a really classic mistake, watch out for this. It's probably going to happen on the final too. Is I'll say, which of the corners has got the most profit? And this part right here will probably have the most profit, and it's wrong. Why can't you pick that one?
It's not in the feasible region.
Not in the feasible region. Do you get how that green line is shaded to the left? And so this isn't in the area we're allowed to consider because of this line here. It's got to stay to the left of that line. So watch out for grabbing a point that isn't in the feasible region. All right. Next thing is I want to remind you of some more harder core logs. On the red log, if you know how to rewrite that, it's going to be easy peasy. But if you don't, then you're going to just be lost. Everybody try the red one here. So the number one thing with logs is knowing how to rewrite them. If it's a log and you're stuck, you should try to take the log out of it. 2 to the third is equal to x plus 3. 2 to the third. And 2 to the third is really just 8. That makes x 5. I can even double check it. I go to put a 5 right here. Do you get that? It'd be log base 2 of 8, and 8 is really 2 to the third, so the answer is 3. It worked. I checked it. How many of you had... Wait a minute. I'm messing with my head here. Why did I put a 5 there? This is a 3 right here, sorry, and I was... If this is a 3, because this is a 3, then that is 5, and I did it right. Yay. Okay. So now, this blue one. It's got my favorite thing in it. You're correct. So how do you do the blue one? If you have 2 logs, you should get it down to just 1. So condense logs when you can. Gentlemen, please talk. I'll be done in a minute, and you can talk the whole rest of the hour. I'm not going to check it yet. Remember that at the end you need answers like x is 2 and x is negative 5. That kind of answer. You got to actually solve all the way and get x alone. Yes, factoring is involved. Chase, can you tell me how these two can combine? They combine to what?
They get like x on the outside of x plus 3.
What's the log's base to start with?
3.
Okay. And then just tell me exactly what to write right here.
X and then x plus 3 and that's it.
You are correct. That's it. And then I'm just bringing this straight down because nobody probably knows what log base 3 of 4 is. And then, Albright, do you know the next step?
Yeah.
What do?
You distribute.
You can distribute that. I can't really mark that wrong, but after you get this distributed, then what's the next big step?
Subtract 4 to the other side of the
Nope.
sum.
Nope. Got to get rid of the logs. There's logs on both sides. So we want to get rid of these so that we just have.
Well, yeah.
Okay, you were assuming that, but we can't just assume that everybody knows that. Okay, now we can do what you said, which is distribute this out. X squared plus 3x equals 4, and then what?
Subtract 4 to the
Yep.
other side and you solve that.
X squared plus 3x minus 4 equals 0, and then I factor it, 2, and then I got x, and I got x, and then I got plus 4 and minus 1, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
And then x equals negative 4 and x equals 1, and you happily go on to the next problem and you get it wrong. Why? Does anybody know why that's wrong? Because it is. Yes.
Can you not have a negative?
So tell me why I can't have a negative. You're right, but tell me why. What about the problem tells me I can't have a negative 4 as my answer?
Because you can't have a negative log.
Yes, you get a negative.
If I put a negative 4 here, I will have not a negative log, that exists, but you can't have a negative argument. There you go. So if I put the negative 4 here also, I have a negative in the argument. You can have a minus in front of a log, that's log, but you can't have a negative base or a negative argument, so that negative 4, it would have been really easy to forget that, wouldn't it? Did anybody remember to check? See how many people are going to probably get that wrong? But maybe since we talked about it, maybe you won't. Yes?
Why wouldn't it be x equals 3 and x equals 1? Why is it negative 4?
Okay, I think you're just making a classic factoring mistake. Tell me what you think the factors are.
Negative 3 and 1.
X minus 3 and x plus 1, is that what you're saying?
No, x minus 1.
X minus 1 and x plus 3, is that what you're saying?
I have both of them negative.
Okay, well you got it, okay, both of them negative. All right, so you got to tell me what your factors are. X minus 3 and x minus 1?
Yeah.
Okay, now I ask you, what is negative 3 times negative 1? And it's not 4. Ah, there it is. Okay. That does not work. That is not factored right. Okay. Classic factoring mistake. So you're not alone. It's a trap. Okay. I tried to tell you that every day I'll just hit you with another couple things that would be good to know on the final. There's my couple things for today. And you have a packet and you're supposed to do all of it because you had quite a few days. Remember at the end, don't be sad, I didn't know we had to turn in the packet. You have to turn in the packet. Yes. Okay, so get that done. It counts. And
Is that due today?
no, it's not due today. It's due on the day of the final. So when you're ready to take the final, you have the packet and you hand it in. At that moment, if you say, I'm sorry I left it at home, I have to assume you probably didn't really leave it at home. You probably just forgot to do it or didn't finish it and didn't want to turn it in. So it'd be really smart to have your packet on the last day. Okay, any last questions? Yes?
How many points is the pack?
It is irrelevant. It's homework, counts, it's part of your grade. It'll count for some percentage of your total grade. If you want to know generally, as I've been typing in late work for people, when they are able to turn in a homework assignment, it typically raises their grade a little less than 0.5%. And this is their overall grade, not just their homework grade. Now, if your overall grade is like in the neighborhood of 0.5% different for doing one homework assignment, holy crap, that adds up. Yes?
Can we turn in late work from?
Nope, all your past units are closed. They had to be done on the day of the test. You had till midnight on the day of the test. So, the only exception I could say is that there was never a test on stats. So, there's no lockdown date on the homework. So, the lockdown date for the homework there would be, I guess I better make one, the last day of reviews. So, like, that'd be Tuesday. You can still turn in stats stuff till Tuesday. Okay, that's all I got for you for today.